Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have an ASUS laptop. This is an ASUS model number N580V, which is right over here on the bottom sticker. In the corner is a model 580V. If you want the full complete model number, it will be under the serial number. On the bottom it says N580VD-FI038T. This is a 2000 manufacture date, is a 2018. And in this video, I'm going to take you on a step-by-step how you can upgrade the storage or ramp up the performance a little bit in case you want to. But they do get shipped with a mechanical drive and a solid-state drive. You can change that around and have a faster transfer between them. And I'll go over the limits that you can have in here. Just remember, if you remove the SSD in here or this hard drive that has the Windows on it, you have to reinstall Windows. It's really simple to install Windows. I made a really short video how to create your Windows 11 USB boot drive, and you can create it for the laptops. They don't have a TPM or they don't have the specs that Windows 11 requires. I made a video how to create that USB drive, so bypasses all those requirements. Follow that link how to create your Windows 11 USB boot drive. And to install it is really simple. Once you put the new storage in here, just plug in the USB boot drive in, power it on, and it will run the setup through the USB, and within literally 5 minutes you'll be in the desktop and connected to the internet and download all the updates. Drivers will be installed automatically and you're set to go. Follow any of my Windows installation guides so you don't have those bloatware installed in your Windows, which is Candy Crush, McAfee, antivirus, stuff like that. So follow any of my Windows installation guides so you don't get those garbage installed, so you get purely Windows installed and Windows update and you're set to go. So in this video, I'm just going to cover how to access those hard drives and how you can remove them. All right, first thing first, you want to back up your files, power it off, and we're going to go over the tool I'll be using. A good screwdriver is a must. I'll be using an iFixit screwdriver set, and from this tool set, I'll be using a Phillips number 1. If you get a Pro set, it will give you an opening tools and some tweezers, stuff like that. If not, just grab yourself a metallic guitar pick. These are suitable to opening cases and covers. So with these two on hand, we can get it started. So first thing first, we want to flip it upside down. Down here, we're going to see lots of screws. There are 3 types of screws. The long and thick ones are this back row. There are 4 of them. The long and skinnier ones are the mid one, which are 3 of them. 1 on each side, 1 in the middle. And the short ones are the front row, which are 4 of them. So go ahead and remove all the screws and keep them in a separate piles. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you found my videos helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking that like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer questions in the comment area. All right, now that we removed all the screws, what you want to do, you want to grab the opening tool. And you want to start from the front end of the laptop. You want to stick it between the bottom cover and the palm rest right there. And you just want to twist it backward, and you want to hear those clicks sound. That's what you want to hear. You want to, once you hear those clicks sound, that means the clips are getting loose. Work yourself all around in the front end. Go to the side. I'm sticking about 2 or 3 millimeters guitar pick. I'm not sticking the whole guitar pick in there. Go to the back corner. You don't need to do the back row. Just go to the next side, to the left and right side. Right here. You want to skip this RJ45. You don't want to touch that. Just go around it. Just jump. Next, you want to grab the case from the bottom, work it around, and it will release the back side. All right. Down here, we can see obviously 2.5-inch mechanical drive right in here. And we have the battery and the SSD, which is right in here. There's a thermal pad in here. It should be on this side. It touches the case has an aluminum copper foil. It just absorbs the heat from here. All right, so before we do anything, people always say, can I disconnect the battery to do this? You don't need to disconnect the battery to do this upgrade at all. It's not necessary, but because of the caddy goes under the battery in here, just for that reason, we are going to disconnect the battery. To remove the battery, we need to remove 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. The screws in here, they go from the bottom casing. So go ahead and remove the 3 screws that touches the battery. Next, what you want to grab the battery right by the neck in here and bring it upward so you can detach it. lift it and put it to one side. Next, we want to remove one screw right in here and one screw right in here. The other screw goes from the bottom casing. This one goes for the battery. Now, to remove this one, you want to slide it towards the left. So slide this whole thing towards the left. There we go. It's kind of sticky. But there's a double-sided tape on top. But again, you don't need to. So there's a 1 terabyte Seagate drive in here. Is attached to this caddy. The caddy is the bracket that holds it in place so it doesn't go around. So let's say that you got the new SSD. You can put up to 8 terabyte SSD from Samsung that makes an 8 terabyte SSD. But I would say at least go with 2 terabyte or 1 terabyte SSD. And the SSDs, they have the same connection, all of them. So this is another SSD. All you want to do, you want to detach these two screws on this side and 2 screws from this side and remove the hard drive from here. Just comes out, it has the same connection as this one over here. And you want to put this one in here in the same orientation. So you don't put it the other way around. Otherwise, the pins are going to flip and it's not going to go through the connector, which is right over here. It has to go through this connector. So that's how you can put a new drive in here, up to 8 terabyte solid state drive or 2 terabyte mechanical drive. I would recommend a solid state drive in here because your transfer rate, file transfer will be super fast between the drives and the main NVMe drive. So that's that one. So let's put it back in. To put it back in, you want to put it in an offset position. There's a gap in here and you want to slide it over and goes in and the screw holes are matched. And then you just want to put one screw at the back in here and one screw right where we removed it on the near the fan. This one you don't want to put. The NVMe is right over here. We hold down by one screw. First, remove this foil tape on top here. Put it to one side. Now remove this tiny screw on the back. And you want to gently bring the SSD up 10 degrees. Actually, there's a little foil tape in here too. You want to lift up, rip this one up from here. You can just rip it off, you don't need it. So you want to lift it up a little bit, about 10 degrees. Don't lift up too much, otherwise you're going to break it. But let me see, I can show you guys. I'm lifting it up about from here, like that. And I see more tension, then I don't want to lift it up anymore. I'll bring it like that so I can grab it with my finger and I'm going to slide it towards myself, just like that. And this one is not an NVMe, this is an SATA connection, so it's the same speed as here. If you put a solid state drive in here and solid state drive in here, these are the same because these are not an NVMe, this is not a PCI Express. Because the PCI Express has one notch on them. This is an M.2 SATA. Have this foil tape on them to cool it down, but again, you don't need to. The one that you purchase will not have this. It comes just like this. You can just take this one out and put on the new one. Once you bought the new one, make sure it has 2 notches. The 1 notch ones are the NVMe that will not go through here. Okay? So make sure you get the one with the 2 notches. We can actually test it because this one, it does fit. I don't know if it does detect NVMe. I'm curious now. We can actually test that one right away. Right now, we can check it. If it does, if it is an NVMe PCI Express, you can go up to 2 terabyte because 4 terabyte will be really overheating and there's no space for heatsink. 2 terabyte NVMe and put your Windows in here and the performance will increase a lot. So we're gonna grab this one, put it to one side, and let's go ahead and open up. So let's put this one to one side. I'm gonna remove the storage from here and we're gonna power on and see if it does detect the NVMe right there. And if it does, that's awesome. So let's go remove this storage from here because I don't want to power on, power off the laptop. So I do need to put the battery because I don't have the charger with me. And I'll put only one screw on the in here to hold the battery in place. I don't need to put the screw for the NVMe. I'll bring my Windows installation USB. I don't know if it does have any Windows in it or not. And I'm going to open it up slowly. Oh, the screw for the NVMe just fell off. It's garbage falling off from the laptop. So let's see. Let's plug in my USB boot drive. And I am going to power it on. I think it is powered on. Yeah. So I think it's F12 for ASUS. I don't know my SSD has a Windows or not. If it doesn't, it's gonna detect my USB. If it does, so let's wait because we disconnect the battery. It might take a few seconds for it to boot up. So I'm tapping on F12 so it can show me the boot menu. So there it goes, the logo. It is detecting, I don't know if it's my USB or my Windows on my SSD. We're gonna find that in a second. If it takes me to a Windows installation, it's detecting this one. If it goes to the US Windows, oh, it is actually NVMe because it's loading the Windows, it's preparing. So you can actually put it up to theoretically 4 terabyte with no problem, but it will overheat because you need a beefy heatsink for 4 terabyte. But you can go up to 2 terabyte NVMe. I'll recommend the 990 Pro from Samsung. These are really durable, up to 2 terabyte in there without no heatsink, and with just a thick thermal pad, you can cool it down a little bit. That's fine. But installing Windows on that one, it will benefit a lot. So it does work actually with an NVMe. So don't put an M.2 SATA on it. You can buy an enclosure for this one and use an external USB if you want to. So you can put an SSD 2.5 inch for extra storage for your work, and put a 1 terabyte NVMe for your Windows, for your program, so it can run start up super fast. So actually I can disconnect this USB because I don't need it, because it is connecting. I don't see my mouse. Let me see if it's going to show anything on the screen. There we go. So it is working fine with no problem. And there we have it. So I'm going to power off this one. Hold it down for a few seconds, 5 seconds. You're going to power it down, flip it upside down. And we're going to disconnect the battery because I don't know if I actually powered it off or not. And we're going to lift up the battery so you can make sure it's powered off. Now we can disconnect this, pull it back. So you can put an NVMe. We covered that on and we verified it. So you can put on up to 2 terabyte, recommended one, Samsung 990 Pro, or it is backward compatible for M.2 SATA 2. But I don't know why would you want to go with this one if that one is much, much faster. So let's go ahead and put back down the hard drive in place. Put the 2 screws on the hard drive. No, not that one over here. Yeah, it was that one over there. And if you want to upgrade your SSD, upgrade it. If not, just put the old one in. Again, remember this paper, foil paper, you don't need it. Put one tiny screw in there so it doesn't come out, I guess. And grab the battery. The battery, you have to put the bottom side of the battery first. There's a pinhole right in here beside the screw. Make sure you put that one in there, hold it down, and let go, and then push down in here. And put the 3 screws on the battery. Again, if I didn't have any system in my SSD, it will just boot up automatically through my USB boot drive. And there we have it. Again, I don't know what is this, all this nonsense isolation stuff. It's not a heat spreader or anything like that. Let's put it back over. And over here, grab the bottom cover, bring it over, put it down, push down the back, the sides, make sure you hear those nice big click sounds, and just push it down. To finish it off is to put the long thick screws at the back end, the long skinny ones in the mid row, and the front row, those are the short one. Again, I hope you guys like this video and helped you guys out to understand and be able to upgrade your storage for your ASUS laptop. If you have any question or requests, feel free to leave them in a video comment. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Just gonna finish up putting up the bottom screws.